Hello, this is Tony Blazer for the Motocross Vault presented by Blinzall. If you're in the market for some high-quality racing oil for your two-stroke or four, make sure you go to blinzall.com and use our discount code VAULT20 to save 20% at checkout. Thank you for all the support. Hello and welcome back to the Motocross Vault. My name is Tony Blazer, and what this video is going to be is a quick visual rundown of the history of Kawasaki's motocross machines. I actually had posted a very similar video to this a few years back, ended up having to take it down, but I'm redoing it and updating it with all the latest machines and models. Now, unlike some of my other videos, this one's not going to be a detailed rundown of what they changed every year. I'm going to do something similar to this, but a little bit more, granular by model down the road. But this is just an overview of all the Kawasaki models. Now, Kawasaki, interestingly, actually has the longest heritage. They were the first Japanese manufacturer to produce a motocross-specific model all the way back in 1963. They didn't really take off with these machines, and really kind of through the 60s and 70s, Kawasaki really was kind of a bit player. They weren't nearly as committed to the motocross market as Suzuki and Yamaha were, and even Honda. Honda was much later. They got into the motocross market like 10 years after Kawasaki, but once they did, they went in full force and were much more successful. Kawasaki, these early KXs, they weren't world beaters by any means, and really they sold in very limited numbers. They didn't even make a machine for 1977, and then in 78 and 79 when they came back in very limited numbers. You couldn't just walk into a Kawasaki dealer and buy a KX. You had to almost be like on a waiting list to get one of these A4 and A5 models. But in the 80s, they really kind of took off, and then by the 90s, Kawasaki's were some of the best machines on the track. So this is just going to be a year-by-year visual history, just going by how they change. It's going to cover everything from the little minis like the 60, KX60, all the way up to the big four-strokes and stuff. So again, if you're looking for something a little more in-depth, you're going to look at a different video here. This one's really just a visual history. So I did also do one recently on the Honda, the history of the Honda CRs, and the Yamaha YZs. Again, very similar to this, just a visual history. So I'll put a link to those here in the video as well if you'd like to check them out. If you like this sort of thing, I plan on doing one for Suzuki, maybe KTM. It just depends. KTM's a little harder because it's difficult to get all the models. At least here in the U.S., KTM was a very niche player here for many years, early on at least. And I don't have as much information on the early KTMs, but I'll try and put something together going down the road. So if you'd like to support what I do have Motocross Vault merch available, including several Kawasaki designs. I have a history of the KX design I've also done several individual models. I just did a new KDX version as well, some enduro stuff. I love enduro bikes. Big KDX fan myself, so I have a little bit of everything there on my Teespring store. And if you'd like to support what I do, you can click on the link in the description below, or the little card here I'll put in the video. So here is a visual history of Kawasaki's motocross machines from 1963 through 2021. So there you have it. That's a look back at the visual history of the KX models from 1963 through 2021. I will be doing, as I said, other versions. I have a Suzuki one planned as well. I'll get around to that. And again, maybe KTM and some other models if I can get enough visual history to cover all the models. That's the hard part. I have a lot of brochures for most of the Japanese stuff. European, obviously, I didn't have a European dealers around when I was a kid, so I didn't physically have the brochures, and they're hard to track down now. So if I can fill in the blanks, I'll be doing them in the future as well. So if you like this sort of thing, make sure you let me know. I might do one similar, like some Works bikes. I know I had some Works Honda videos and Works Kawasaki videos on the old channel that were real popular, so I might be updating those as well in the future, maybe put them up here. So until we meet again, this is Tony Blazer for the Motocross Vault. Thanks for watching. Keep the rubber side down. Peace.